Let's go. Okay.
I hope you know that voice.
Is that... It feels like some old school shit like Houdini or something.
It's Bootsy Collins.
That's Bootsy?
Yeah.
That checks out.
Because we got Michael
That's
Turner
Cincinnati.
in the building.
That's Cincinnati.
He from Cincinnati. Just
Shout
like
out to
Bootsy and
Bootsy.
Catfish Collins.
I do more. My Cincinnati connection is always DJ High Tech.
Okay. Oh.
But Bootsy's always like eternally ours.
I forgot High Tech. Is Kweli from Cincinnati?
No, but I remember thinking he was for sure because he has
he
a
had
bar
the Reds
about
hat on.
and then he has a bar about the Bearcats.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, all right, this dude's got to be from the Natty.
Right.
But no, High Tech we claim so proudly, but Bootsy's ours too. But you know what I'm saying? He's old. And dude, my high school, there's like a year or two that the Isley brothers went to my high school.
Okay.
And you always rep that.
Yeah, no.
I'm always like,
no, Ohio and funk music, it's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. It's,
Yes.
The Ohio Players, Lakeside, the OJs, Roger Troutman. Like, it's crazy. Because Ohio's not huge, but in the 70s...
It's a very influential area of the country, though.
Yeah.
It is. It's weird. It's shaped like a heart.
Right.
It's the heartbeat of America.
Okay, like a real heart. Not
it is
like,
a little bit.
Not like what they marketed a heart to
not,
be.
Nah,
but
not
like
that Hallmark
an
shit.
actual 2 chambers heart
that's
looks like Ohio.
The little Cleveland's an aorta, dude.
Yeah.
There's a whole aorta up there in Toledo,
yeah.
I think. But no, it's and then Cincy. It's funny because people always bring up Ohio because I'm from Cincinnati, but I always say, man, I'm from Cincinnati.
You're from Cincinnati.
Never say, you know what I'm saying? I never say like.
Well, that's because the rest of Ohio don't claim y'all either.
We do not.
They say y'all are in Kentucky,
and we don't fuck with them. They say we're in Kentucky, and look, and the airport is in Kentucky. I don't know if you've been to Kentucky. It's not that bad.
My whole family's from Louisville.
Really?
So my time going to Cincinnati is like going over the bridge, see a baseball game, different stuff, to
do shit. Because Louisville doesn't have as many things.
Doesn't have as many things.
They
have things, but just
we got
not
the
as
ball
many.
team, and then we got the roller coasters. You do the roller coasters?
Yeah, they got Kentucky Kingdom, but
so now we're gonna talk about Kentucky Kingdom. Okay, like people heard about Kentucky.
It's a whole Six Flags.
Kings
now.
Island. Dog.
Wait a minute, it's a Six Flags.
Where in
also,
Louisville?
My dad was banned from Kings Island, so
so let's get to the real problem.
We never went to Kings Island, and then we found out when we were older, my dad was banned for life.
What did he do? Did he fuck with Scooby Doo?
I don't know what he did.
We never heard the story.
Well, like I heard the story, but parts were vague, and all we found out was like they took him in a room, they took his picture, and they were like, "You are banned for life."
That's amazing.
Now, my dad in the 90s and my dad in the 80s don't look the same.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Because he had a Jerry curl in that picture.
He's like Michael Jackson.
I doubt that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more Lionel Richie-ish.
Okay.
But like I doubt that like if he went back, they'd be like, it's him. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what he did.
I don't know.
So
either.
maybe they would be like, oh, we've been keeping tabs on what he looks like now.
He looked like Lionel after he got his ass beat by the woman.
No. Actually, he really didn't like the comparison. You know what I'm saying? Well, it happens sometimes, but I think my dad looked a little better than Lionel. No offense. You know what
Lionel's
I'm saying?
an interesting. Lionel was an interesting dude because he wasn't the most handsome, but he was like the biggest. He was a very smooth dude in the late 70s into the 80s, but he wasn't a very attractive looking dude.
No, but
but it worked. It all worked for him.
I think it was about the songwriting. I think
100%.
he was like ill
100%.
at writing music, and like they were just like, yo, this dude, because he in the Commodores. The Commodores, they like the funk group, you know what I'm saying? But then Lionel's always trying to slow it down. He's always trying to like.
Meanwhile, then Lionel leaves and they do night shifts and they're slowing it down.
Right, that's true. That's true.
That was weird to me, but also that's one of the greatest music videos of all time.
Marvin Gaye died. You know what I'm saying? Like
two people died. What was the second verse with somebody else too?
Yeah. But like Lionel's hitting you with stuff like this.
Yeah.
This one, fire is.
Let's do less BPMs, please.
Yeah. Oh, you want to chop and screw it?
Oh, damn. They weren't ready for that. That was Lionel's ultimate goal, though. He was trying to really slow it down. Do you ever think about the attractiveness of these stars back in the day and how they couldn't pop these days, though? Because you have to be a level of attractiveness to be able to be...
I think if you nice at music,
no,
it don't matter.
No.
Have you seen Tommy Richmond?
I don't even know who that is.
I ain't worried about no thing. Well, do you wrong?
Have you seen it? I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Do you know what he looks like?
Right.
Because there is a level
you ain't even seen him.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, has he had 2 hits? Does he got 2 hits?
He got another song that's real. It's like, you ain't got no nothing like me. What you gonna do with it?
That's all right. So that's true talent. That also is like #1 pop shit. You can maybe still do it a little bit, but I don't know. All I was looking at the record store recently. I was in Austin actually, and I was looking through this old record store. And, or I should say Fort Worth. I was in Fort Worth, actually. Texas is all the same. Not really. Tell somebody in Texas that. But I was looking at these old records and looking at these boy bands, the collection of these dudes that could harmonize and shit.
Yeah,
they would be like 4 or 5 ugly motherfuckers. But if
were they from here?
America?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think you can get away with being ugly if you from somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? I think it's like, like when we hear the Bee Gees talk, we just, where they even from? You know what I'm saying? And then they get on the mic and,
but Barry Gibb is a good looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Andy was a good looking dude.
All right.
Those are handsome boys, but Barry, yeah.
Michael Turner loves the Gibbs.
I will not. Hey, we're gonna do a lot today. What we're not gonna do is disrespect Barry Gibb and the whole squad.
Right. I mean, I feel like back then, if you didn't look good, then you had like antics. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I feel like Elton John was like, well, I'm gonna be a Muppet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Gene Simmons was like, all right, we demons.
That's
fair.
100%. Yeah,
Bowie
they painted their face.
like,
They were so ugly.
I'm an alien.
Yeah, you had to be so beyond that to be accepted. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's interesting. I was just thinking about attractiveness because like all these females that pop now, they have to have a level of attractiveness or they have to lean into this glamour, whatever. Like Sabrina Carpenter and these girls like Olivia Rodrigo, they got to be some level of, I don't know.
You think misogyny just started?
I think that now, I think you could be uglier in the 80s to pop.
I think back then you had to be talented. And if you was like just fine, you could get a hit, but people was gonna like call you out.
Who could pop right now with the same hairline as Phil Collins?
I think if
you know what I'm saying? How did Phil Collins do his thing for that
What
long?
you mean? First of all, Phil was like pissed when videos came out.
Yeah.
He was one of the people like, that's not what it's about. It's about, the artistry, the music.
Meanwhile, he made some pretty good music videos, though.
He made some good music, but he had to, because, Phil couldn't just stand in front of the camera.
It made him double down on the songwriting.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Shout out to Phil Collins, man.
100%. Dude.
It's a great video. We used to always watch when we would smoke in college. And it was, I don't know how we came across it.
Yeah.
It wasn't my idea. It was my homeboy's idea. Every Friday we used to smoke. We used to call it Flight School Fridays. But sometimes we'd watch Phil Collins on the drums doing Take Me Home. No Bone Thugs. Just the Phil Collins live doing Take Me Home. And when I tell you, it was fire. He get on them drums. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da.
Anybody from Genesis, I don't know if you've ever done a Peter Gabriel deep dive. Have you done that ever?
Okay, I know who Peter Gabriel is. So, I know about Sledgehammer.
OG Genesis. Genesis is a band that created 2 great solo artists. One of them was Peter Gabriel first. And then when Peter Gabriel left, Phil Collins was the lead singer / drummer.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so Genesis originally was Peter Gabriel and the 2 other guys. And then Peter Gabriel goes crazy. Either way, deep dives, because what I do on my YouTube thing, when I get fucked up with the homies and somebody doesn't know this video, you have a couple of those now.
Right.
I don't know if you do, but
yeah,
I always go Peter Gabriel at Salisbury Hill, and he does it on a round stage. And it's crazy.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
He does the first verse, and then in the second verse starts, and he jumps, and the stage is going circularly. It is spinning.
Yeah.
Second verse starts, he jumps on a bike, goes backwards. I'm like, bro, what's he doing, dog?
Okay.
And it's like a religious experience because that song is like very uplifting. Some people say it's about actually Jesus going, I think Jesus dying is what it's about.
Okay. All right.
That's what they say. Could also just be about a hill in Salisbury.
What is it called? Salisbury Hill?
Salisbury Hill, Peter Gabriel.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Live, though.
How you spell Salisbury, you know?
It's like, not like the sauce. Wait, I don't know. It's Solisburi.
Is.
You have to know this song. I think you know.
Maybe I'm not spelling it right. I just know Sledgehammer.
That's
because they did the MTV Turned 20, and then they did this whole thing.
SOLS. Oh yeah, you know this song.
That's him.
Do you know the song?
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Boy, he getting that trailer money.
Oh yeah.
Boy, he getting that trailer money.
He's like eternally.
Yeah, every damn movie. Yeah. Whenever they get on the road, when they hit that road,
dude, big montage energy, dog.
Yeah, they hitting that Salisbury Hill.
100%.
Boy,
if you go from like 15 years old to 25 years old in a movie over a 2-minute span, Salisbury Hill.
That's your boy?
Yeah.
I ain't even know that, dog.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That hits. Yeah, that is a classic montage
Yo,
song.
I didn't even, all I know is, okay, they doing the best videos in MTV's history.
Mm-hmm.
They turned 20 around 2001. I'm watching the countdown. I'm like, what's better than Scream? What they about to do? What's better than Thriller? And then it was freaking Sledgehammer.
As number one?
I think it was number one. And I was like, what is this? And then when I saw it, I was like, nah, that's fire.
He's a dope dude. He's like, I always hate to throw the term genius around, but people are geniuses. And he's probably at that level as far as music songwriting. And his shit that is always dope is watching his live shows. You see how I want to see him live before he stops touring because it's like, it's an experience.
Now, I've seen pictures of him with all kind of stuff going on.
Yes.
But I always just figured like, hey, man, yeah, that's what you got to do because you can't do the Sledgehammer live. But I didn't even know he was out here with the montage music.
Yes.
I didn't even know. And that song about Jesus, that's crazy.
I read that somewhere. He's a wild boy. And then to transition Genesis from that to Phil Collins is wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild one. There's people that argue that
the other two dudes got lucky.
100%. 100%. I always in hip hop, I always compare that to like Common. I always think Common got very fortunate in his career because Common had Dilla produced his not his first couple albums, but like 2 albums in a row.
No ID. He had Dilla,
and then he had he had No ID. Then he had Dilla, and then Kanye was like, "What if I make 3 albums for you?
Yeah,
or 2, at least 2."
Let's see, B, Find It Forever,
like almost entirely.
I think Pharrell and Kanye did Universal Mind Control,
which I was out on.
Yeah, a lot of people was out on.
Honestly, Common, it's weird bringing Common up, but I was thinking about him a lot because I'm watching this show with him. One of the most disappointing career arcs in my life. I was so in on Common in 2001.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, and then it just all fell off.
You think Common fell off?
Now he just came back this year with the Pete Rock album.
Yeah,
this is the first time I've ever accepted anything that he's done in a probably 13, 14-year stretch.
You didn't like Barbershop 3?
I was out on the whole acting career. I think my man can flow.
Just right?
My man has a lot of different approaches towards his lyricism in acting. He is one tone.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh, man. Somebody posted the New Jersey Nets logo, and they were like, who do you think of when you see this logo? And then somebody quote tweeted and was like, Common.
Why? Just because it's so...
He plays for the Nets in Just Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I didn't celebrate that film. I will say that.
Come on, man. Common and Queen Latifah, a couple. I had to see it. I had to see it.
I can't get behind a female lead. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
I'm kidding. But also, am I? I don't know. Katherine Heigl's whole career kind of sucked for me. But,
what?
Yeah.
You like Knocked Up?
She wasn't the lead in that, but yeah, she annoyed me.
She the one that got knocked up. How's she not the lead?
Seth Rogen.
Just because it's a stressed out Seth Rogen on the poster don't mean he ain't knocked up.
Also, she was a bad person as an individual, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She got too greedy.
But that was on the Grey's Anatomy set. She was probably cool on the Knocked Up set.
It was every set. I
heard the Knocked Up set had a gas.
No, they got stories on
then
Knocked Up.
Then she went down to the Grey's Anatomy, took it out on Shonda and them.
On TV. She was like, "You can't put me on this 45-inch."
I'm in a movie now. Okay, I'm in the Apatow universe.
She got humbled. She got humbled real quick.
Hey, Katherine Heigl, come by the show. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it. We
could discuss it.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah had a good run. No, my bad.
Yeah, shout out Queen Latifah, the whole flavor unit.
They need to bring back good. I just don't see the set it off type movies anymore. You know?
Yeah.
The good like.
There was a good nod to Set It Off in Girls Trip. That was fun. Because Jada and Queen Latifah were in there, and they, you know.
I heard the new SZA movie, Keke Palmer movie's good.
It's incredible.
You saw it?
One of them days, really funny.
I heard it was.
Yeah, from a writing perspective, from a acting perspective, like
that sounds fun to me.
They did some cool stuff. They did some stuff I never seen before. They never dropped the ball on the like comedy. Like, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I want to check it out because I've heard, because that's like, I was like, damn, that's good, because you don't see movies like that being good anymore. They're usually wildly disappointing, honestly.
Right. Or at the worst, it doesn't even make sense.
Right.
I just be happy when a movie makes sense. I'll be like, man, hey, everything had a purpose.
It was cohesive.
Man, that was great. Yeah. So like this went above and beyond, but it was, it was a movie. It felt like a movie. It didn't feel like, all right, well, now give us 35 seasons. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like, all right, cool.
You don't need another one.
One
you got
story,
it. Singular.
We got it, and it felt great.
I love it. I like that.
Michael, what kind of movies you like?
I like, I'm a big drama guy, but also, like, I don't, what's funny is I probably wouldn't even, like, see that movie unless I heard it was really good, because I don't really do comedies that much.
You don't do comedies?
I don't do them as much.
Part of the problem, bro. you are a stand-up, anti-comedy stand-up.
I don't even like really watch stand-up specials that much. Yeah, I'm like I just like good dramas. I like old classics, and then I'm an AMC A-lister type shit. I'll see a movie. I'll probably on average see a movie a week at least. But it might be an old movie. Like I just saw Seven in IMAX.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? I'll do that. And then but if
Seven with the 7 for the V, the one with Brad Pitt,
they switched it up.
And Morgan Freeman.
David Fincher's like second movie.
Yeah.
And like I just like honestly, a good ass action movie or a good ass like gangster movie. I'm kind of typical with that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't consume a lot of comedy. I don't know. I remember DMX one time being interviewed in XXL magazine, and he said people would compare you to Tupac, and how do you feel about that? And he was like, I don't even listen to Tupac. I don't listen to anybody else. I don't want to be influenced by anybody else. I am me. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna be DMX of comedy. And
DMX was lying. DMX was lying.
Who do you think DMX was influenced by?
I'm saying he might not have listened to Tupac, but when he tied that bandana on his head, he might have had some inspiration.
I don't know. I wish he had some influence in his acting shit. He could have been different, you know what I mean? If he was watching Denzel and shit, but he took some chances.
You don't like Cradle to the Grave?
I love Steven Seagal and the ridiculousness that he does. Yeah, I did like Cradle to the Grave. Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, I love that.
Exit Wounds.
I love watching them. Oh, Exit Wounds is one of the most. That's the comedy I like. That's the type of shit I like.
Come on, man. Anthony Anderson trying to romance the dude working the door.
Was that Steven Seagal too? Who was the? Wasn't there a white dude in that too with him?
No, it's him and Jet Li again.
Jet Li, that's what it is. It's
him and Jet Li again. Noah Leah.
Yes.
Gabrielle Union. Tom Arnold.
Exit Wounds is objectively bad, but also amazing.
Yeah.
I love those movies too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 90s movies that just went astray.
Come on. They looking for diamonds. The diamonds look like candy. They're like, these are black diamonds.
Yeah.
They pull the diamonds out. The diamonds look like you can get them from the 99-cent store
100%.
And they a little too chewy.
Some Dollar General diamonds.
Yeah.
100%. I love shit like that. I love the old. I do reminisce about the old movies too, man.
They was always trying to get diamonds. Like Blue Streak is like a big ass diamond.
It was diamonds and bonds, bro. What is a bond?
Yeah.
They be like, so remember Heat? They just took a bunch of pieces of paper.
I think Waist Deep is like a bunch of like safety deposit boxes and like, yeah, we got these bonds. Yeah.
And then there was a 10-year period where it was just thumb drives. If you got that thumb drive, that's the movie.
Right.
That's big. I don't know if they're coming. I saw Den of Thieves too. I think diamonds are coming back.
Yeah, because everything's in the cloud now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So this is like a 10-minute movie. Like, all right, it loaded up. Okay, we stole it.
The heist movies now.
Oh, we all got it. We all got the files.
The heist movies now are just that Seth Green character that's doing the hype. There's no other characters. The whole team is just the nerd.
Facts.
Yeah. What type of movies you fuck with?
I'm all over the place, man. I love movies from the 70s. Now I'm in this place where I like good movies.
Yes.
Like, if the movie is good,
yes,
I will be like thinking about it for like weeks on end. And if the movie is bad, I'm trying to like erase it.
What have you, speaking of bad, good movies, Eraser from the late 90s with
I haven't
Arnold
watched
Schwarzenegger.
Eraser since I was 8. So I can't really tell you.
I just remember he got an alligator at the end of that movie, and I was like,
I do remember they had like some kind of gun that could go through walls.
Yes. It'll erase you if you think about it. I know that much, dude.
And I remember there was this scene where Arnold jumped out of the plane to get the parachute. Like the parachute was already out the plane.
I remember that scene.
And then he's got to like kind of like figure out how to fall right to grab the parachute. I remember the sneak preview on E.T. and I was like, I gotta see this movie. 100%. Vanessa Williams, Arnold, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the greatest movie. I have an eraser at school. I know what that is.
I'm familiar with their work.
Yeah. like everything about this I know. The Best for Last.
Yeah.
Freaking Kindergarten Cop. Erase. Come on, man. When I finally saw it, even as a kid, I was like,
that wasn't it.
That was all right.
That wasn't it. I know. It's funny as a kid, you get so hyped on I do remember like really being obsessed with movies that now you look back and you're like, that's embarrassing. I remember at one point I thought Waterworld was the greatest movie of all time.
Come on.
But then you just turned 14 and you're like, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
But there was a 2-year period where I was like, Waterworld, dog.
I feel like some movies I've come around, like The Matrix, I feel like I always liked. But then I had a period where I was like, man,
nah.
They did a bullet time first, but come on, we got Charlie's Angels now.
What a great! I didn't expect Chucky's Angels.
No, we
to
got
get
Charlie's Angels full throttle now. Like we got Shrek now. We don't even need that.
Now, did you come back to Matrix?
And then I was like, all right,
because Matrix is
back. I'm back.
Yeah. I think you got to go explore other things and then come back home.
Yeah.
But those are good movies, man. I remember liking. And then bad movies sometimes influence you to find good movies, though. I have a picture on every bedroom door that I've ever had. I have a photo of Denzel Washington. He's my favorite actor, and it says "God bless Denzel." And I'm like,
it's the same photo.
I've always had.
You made it seem like every door you get a new Denzel.
No,
photo.
I don't get a new one. I've had it everywhere I've moved. I put it on my bedroom door.
Okay,
I walk in, I say, "What up, Denzel?" But I got it because I had to, in 4th grade, I had to do some project you had to write to a celebrity or somebody that matters. And I wrote to him because I had just seen Virtuosity and I was like, dog, best movie ever. Dog.
Wait, what's Virtuosity?
The one with, first of all, it's like early Russell Crowe.
Okay.
Russell Crowe's a bad guy. He is the, what's the word?
Amalgamation?
Like a combination of everything bad. He's every serial killer that's ever existed into one person. And it's like some future shit. And he escapes prison.
What?
And Denzel's got to go find him. And
what year is this?
1990, got to be 98, 97.
Okay, this is like Bone Collector era.
It was... he did Bone Collector after this, yeah. But that was like it was probably in that 5-year period.
Okay.
He was making a banger a year. Every 9 months, Denzel had something.
I've been in the like military Denzel mode.
Crimson Tide, Gene Hackman. That scene when he tries to do the mutiny or he does take over the boat.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene is like That's when I argue. That's when Denzel Washington became Denzel Washington. Because Gene Hackman was
not Malcolm X.
Because he became a star that everybody. Because Malcolm X at that time was also at the end of the day, early '90s, racism prevalent, still is, but like back then, like people weren't trying to watch a Malcolm X movie.
Crimson Tide is like, is he racist?
Yes, he 100% is racist. Dude, he says the thing about the white and black horses.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, yo, who wrote this?
Yeah.
It's so racist.
So did you hear about Quentin Tarantino?
Yes, he wrote on that movie.
He wrote on that movie, and then some of the
Silver
stuff he
Surfer
wrote,
stuff.
some of the stuff he wrote, Denzel felt was racist.
Yes.
And then they had a few, they never worked
together
each other after that. Yeah,
Which is crazy because Quentin Tarantino loves Denzel Washington.
Probably,
he had,
got to.
In a way that he didn't want to probably offend him. But it is because Denzel's the man. I have read that.
Mm-hmm.
I do deep dives on movies too. I'm always
okay.
What other Denzel military then? Crimson Tide's amazing.
There's
Courage Under Fire.
Courage Under Fire is like the next year.
Fantastic.
They done put a military box on Denzel. They done shaped him up crazy.
He has pockets where he does the same move, or not the same movie, but the same role. Like because then he did Take Pelham 1, 2, 3, and then he did Unstoppable.
Right.
And you're like, yo, we just fucking with trains right now.
He did Man on Fire, and then he did.
What else did he do?
He did one that was like similar to that. We did one with Evan Mendez, and then one with Sanaa Lathan.
Oh, those were great. So the Sanaa Lathan. Oh, and Evan Mendez. That's the same one. That's the Thriller. That's the Thriller. Well, he did
Sometimes
Deja
I
Vu.
won't watch a movie in the same day.
Dude, I did a whole during COVID. I just ran through
two different. He got the one with Sanaa Lathan. He got the one with Eva Mendes.
That's the one where it's a thriller. Oh man, I forget the movie. I love that movie. Though.
He got a Lawyer Era. He got Philadelphia and the Pelican Brief.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Pelican Brief was good. I just watched that.
Pelican Brief was good.
I just ran through Denzel's whole. You ever just want to be happy? Watch every Denzel movie. There's really not a lot of bad ones in there. Yeah. And every like fifth movie, you'll get like a Preacher's Wife, or you'll get like a fun, a little bit more fun, but most of them are pretty serious or action. But
right. You know, Luigi messed with John Q.
100%.
Luigi,
John Q.
You know, Luigi 100%. John Q. He probably don't even watch the end. He'd probably just turn it off and be like, that's all I need.
I'm not going to bury my son. My son's going to bury me. That's what he said before he blasted the shot off.
It's like, what are you talking about?
What are we doing, dude? You need a heart transplant? Is that why you're shooting me? Dude, John Q goes hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Denzel, that's my favorite thing about Denzel is he can take a pretty regular, not to say John Q's a regular script, but he can take I would say maybe a bland script and turn it into something that's amazing.
Elevated.
Like, did you see Gladiator 2?
I never seen Gladiator 1, so I didn't see Gladiator 2.
They kind of can stand like by themselves. They're kind of similar movies.
I feel like when sequels have enough distance, nobody even tries to connect
20 years,
them.
right?
Yeah.
But you should see. First of all, you should see Gladiator 1 just to watch Gladiator 2. And this is my thing right now with Hollywood is we don't have movie stars anymore. That's why Gladiator 2 was Denzel is the Denzel in the credits.
Well, that's a thing.
Dog, he's the star of the movie.
Yeah, but can mean like.
Yeah,
he got the most money, but he's not the main. He's not the main guy.
Because with is like he gonna die in 30 minutes.
Yeah, like top build is like you know what that is.
Yeah,
but then is like you don't know what we doing contractually.
Wild card.
Like you don't know how much money he getting. You know what I'm saying?
Or the role that he might be. He could be the killer. He could be the bad guy, good guy. That's true.
And it's tricky.
With is out of respect sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Don't they do with before and? They might say with Andy Garcia and Denzel Washington.
Okay.
And is more like, ooh.
Yeah.
But either way, Denzel and Gladiator 2, he is such a good actor in that movie that he convinces you that a black man could run Rome in there. Like,
why couldn't he? A black man can run Rome.
I didn't even know until I watched Denzel do it.
Man. Who's to say
that did more for black people than Malcolm X did?
Who's to say that Caesar wasn't black?
His
first name is Julius. I don't know no white Julius's. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. J.
I know a ton of black Julius.
I do not know any.
I grew up with some Julius's. You know what I'm saying? There was more than one Julius in my graduating class. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. Finessed right off the top. You're right, dude. Every Roman emperor has definitely got the blackest name out, dude.
Come on.
There's a dude named Lucius.
Come on. What
Lucius left foot?
Jay-Z's haircut was called a Caesar. I'm just saying.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. Julius, Lucius.
Come on. I knew a Lucius growing up too.
100%. There was an emperor named Bootsy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm playing.
For sure.
But that's so funny.
Pookie of Sicily, for sure.
Pookie of Sicily. Hove. Oh my God. Antoine.
Michael, where'd you start comedy?
In Phoenix.
In Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, so I grew up in Cincinnati, went to Arizona State, and then stayed in Phoenix after college.
SU.
We don't do that. We don't do none of that. Mm-mm.
Your mascot does.
Oh, does he?
Your mascot does.
Well, I say
y'all
he
played,
might. Sparky?
I went to Georgia.
Yeah.
Y'all played Georgia my senior year. Y'all mascot was going crazy. It was the rainiest day I've ever been to a football game.
Stafford and Morano.
Yeah.
You guys whooped our ass.
Yeah. Because I think
and
we had just lost.
That's tough.
And he was like, hey, you. And we was like, yo, get this dude out of here. After a while, we was like, yo, he turned.
Dude, I like our little devil, dude. He's actually kind of he does some things. He doesn't go as hard as like the duck up in Oregon.
Yeah,
but
he's not like the
sneaky.
BYU Cougar, but
that dude goes crazy.
That dude's crazy.
The ASU, the devil goes pretty hard though.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
You know who did the devil logo?
Who?
Walt Disney.
Okay.
Not a fun fact?
That is pretty dope.
Yeah. And then for him to draw a devil, that's very apropos. But
did Disney go to ASU?
It was contracted. Like they wanted to switch up the logo, and it was like Southern.
He just needed the bread.
Phoenix close enough to LA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he was in between checks.
I gotta eat, dog. Hey, draw us a little devil. We got you, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It had to be back then.
And don't put no gloves on him neither. We know how you do.
Yeah. Like it's a cute little devil, dude. That's an adorable devil. That is the nicest looking devil I've ever seen. Because the Duke Blue Devil is...
The Duke Blue Devil is, you know what I'm saying?
It's demonic.
Yeah, it's demonic.
It's a little...
you know,
yeah,
it made it easy to root against Duke growing up.
Sparky. He's the homie.
Sparky? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going to fuck anything up. He will dominate you and put you into hell for eternity. But like, other than that... It's going to be fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a party school.
It's a party school.
Come on.
Yeah.
Spark up with Sparky.
But yeah, I went to Arizona State. It was a good time. And then started comedy in Phoenix.
Okay.
Good little scene, actually.
I want to say I'm below 500 in Phoenix as far as like...
Hitting crowds? What you mean?
Like bombing.
Below... You do not do
More
well?
than half of my sets have been bad in Phoenix.
That's interesting. I think coming up there, you're right, because what'd you do, like Tempe, and did you do the clubs?
Yeah.
And then were you headlining?
No.
Yeah, because that sometimes is... Here's the thing about Phoenix is they're blandly white, or they're just like, they can be younger, or the mixed crowds are very Latino, where it's not like a black city. It's a Mexican heritage Latino city. So it is different minorities.
I would have liked some of that.
You didn't get that. You got the white.
I got the old white. The
old
white bootcut jeans.
Yes.
Like they 2007 didn't really leave.
They don't deserve nice things. I always say that about there's a level of Arizona whites are a different shade of white for sure.
But they flourishing out there.
They're killing.
That's they.
Why would they leave?
That's they Atlanta. Like they out there they out there living.
It's honkied up out there for sure.
It's wild.
And I did learn how to make those people laugh. In that it is a skill set that you got to kind of learn how to make. First of all, you don't have to learn how to make anybody laugh. Not to say you pander.
Sure.
But I remember knowing in my 8 years there that it was a valuable lesson to learn how to make Republicans laugh, really, is what I would say.
Yeah, and I think I definitely had that, especially like doing comedy in Georgia, doing comedy outside of the city of Atlanta at times, doing rooms, we'd call them red rooms, a lot of rednecks there or whatever. but like I just think that I don't know. I think once I found my voice and like I don't, I have what I want to say, and it was kind of hard to like
I could see them
get
not
back
getting you.
in. You know what I'm saying? When you're a younger comic, you're just kind of thirsty.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like down to like you're trying to figure it out type of thing, you know?
Well, I think my defense mechanism, I was proud of it because it led me to making fun of them in a way where they didn't even realize I was making fun of them.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, because I actually was having fun with them where they don't think that they're the punchline in the joke, and they're actually laughing.
Yeah.
But I know, and real ones know when you're watching it, you're like, oh, he's actually making fun of the people that are laughing the hardest at this.
Yeah.
But they aren't catching that they are the joke.
Is there a lot of comedy to do in Phoenix?
Yeah, it was a great city, man. It was like when I started, and now there's like 5 or 6 like A clubs.
Yeah.
There's Stand Up Live, Desert Ridge Improv, Tempe Improv. You got House of Comedy, you got Stir Crazy on the west side, and then there's another one my homies just opened up called Mic Drop in Chandler.
Okay.
So it's a big ass, it's like the 5th biggest city in America.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all spread out.
Really?
Too. Yeah, it's like population wise if you count. But you know what I'm saying? Like how LA is like huge where it's spread out. Like it almost goes from the ocean to like the east side is like 20 miles.
Right.
So Phoenix is the same.
Okay.
We go like the west side of the east side is like 25 miles. People live everywhere.
That's true.
Shout out to urban sprawl. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've taken long drives in Phoenix to get places, but I just assumed there was nobody in between.
It's all highways, and you know what they did, bro? Every highway they were like, let's just make them six lanes off top.
Yeah.
And so like you can cruise around. If something's 25 miles away in Phoenix, I'm gonna get you there in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's all highway. So it is nice.
Got you.
But yeah, it was a good scene to start because I had a lot of stage time, and it was and then you could work towards clubs. So in that way, it was good. I started with some hitters not to name drop too hard, but like Michael Longfellow, Chappelle Lacey, Jesse Johnson. All of us started like within the same year, within the same like it feels like the same year and a half. Like all of us started.
Dope.
And then there's some back there still killing it. Like Luis Alvarez is out here in LA now. Anwar Newton's back there. You know Anwar, I think we did a show.
Yeah.
My homie.
Yeah.
So there's some killers.
It's some funny people for sure. So then where'd you go after?
Bro, I moved to LA.
Phoenix.
Moved to LA in early 2020. I moved to LA the day Kobe Bryant died.
Dang.
I know. You never forget that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I know. Which is actually, I think about how weird that is because like, first of all, and then COVID happened like 2 months later.
Right.
LA will never be that city anymore. And that was like, obviously COVID is ultimately the thing that changed LA in a lot of different ways. But even if COVID never happened, the day that Kobe died, like this city like just felt different.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
I got off a plane, I got home.
You'd already lived here, right?
I was here. I had just got here. I moved here like maybe 6 months prior.
Okay.
But I was already back and forth here for like a year before that.
Right.
So, yeah, I remember people walking down the street just looking sad. And like there were already Kobe murals. Like Kobe already owned the city.
100%.
You know, and yeah, no, it I feel like that was a change. I feel like that was like yeah, and then shortly after it was the pandemic.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't forget that day. So I moved here then, and then COVID happened. So it was an interesting like first 2 years for me in LA because I didn't get to experience LA.
Okay.
And you could argue I'll never get to really experience LA because everything has changed significantly. I wouldn't say for better or worse, but it's just shifted.
I mean, LA's a big town. I feel like stuff is constantly changing. You know.
Yes. True.
And
True.
You know,
there's eras of every big city.
But yeah, I think the fires is wild. I think there's a lot going on with that right now.
It is wild.
And like, yeah, but
it's so and then I stuck it out here for a couple years, and at the end of the day, this is still a city with a million opportunities. If you get you get your head on right, you can do a lot of different things, and I've been able to do that. I think we got hustlers mentalities where this is a city where you got to hustle in a different way than any other city. And
for real,
you got like I always think people like you can make it in New York is like you make it here, you can make it anywhere, bro. I think if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere in America. If you can make it in LA, you can make it anywhere in the world. It's a very like it's a different hustle.
Well, like New York rewards your hustle. And
almost immediately.
If you're hustling in New York and you're really working, you can like come up upon stuff.
Yes.
In LA, it's almost like you have to nail it. You got to do it perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
For it to start getting like that.
Whereas New York will be like, you're hustling, we reward you. Yeah, you're right. LA, you can work your ass off, and the end product could be a little off.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you on the screen in New York, they're like, hey, he working. Get him on that stage.
I know.
Here, you on the screen and it flops. Now, like nobody wants to touch you. Nobody wants to be near you, and it's like, dog, y'all ain't never been on a billboard.
I know. It is crazy. This city is crazy, bro. That's why I like the New York thing. If somebody doesn't fuck with you in New York, that information will hit you right in the face. It'll hit you in the nose.
Right.
If people don't fuck with you here in LA, you'll find out 6 months later people have been talking shit behind your back.
That's true.
It's a different thing too.
Yeah.
It is all very different, but it teaches you those things teach you to harden yourself and to work in different ways. I think there's a lot of benefits from both, but it's been good.
I value stage time here more.
Yeah,
because I'm like,
you have to.
Because I'm like, like. On the East Coast, it's like, oh yeah, I would do 12 sets in a week.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm on the train and I'm thinking about stuff on the way to the next set. But sometimes it's like, if I got nothing new, I'm just gonna like, go through the motions.
Yeah.
Here, it's like I'm thinking about a set days from now. Yeah. I'm already thinking about, what if I flip this? What if I do this?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm putting so much thought into a set that I never did before. It would just be like, man, I got it. I'm on a, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it, once they introing me.
And that helps your brain work. You just have to work in a different way here.
You got to work in a different way.
And you can't, because people talk shit about it like, oh, it ain't like the East Coast or it ain't like these other cities. But it's like, all right, well, it is this city though.
Yeah.
So exist within this city and thrive within it in the way that you have to.
Right.
Adjust or get the fuck out the way. But yeah, you're right. You have to approach it completely differently. You got to hustle in a different way. And a lot of the hustle doesn't happen in front of people. Whereas in New York, you can hustle in front of people. You're out there. You're in these streets, as they say, right? In LA, bro, if I don't see a motherfucker for 6 months, I'm like, man, that means you're busy.
Right.
Hopefully. Or you've been clinically depressed and you're really going through it. Your mama might have died. You know what I'm saying? It's like, call me more.
Yeah.
That's some other shit. Maybe we could talk through that.
Yeah.
But if you did hit me, I'd be too busy to link. You know what I'm saying?
But, hey, man, have your people call my people.
But, seek help. You know what I'm saying?
Seek help, man. Where my shades at? Michael, what's your favorite color sky?
Oh, I do love a crispy blue. You know what? Nah, I'll take that back. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. I like them when they're like pink, purple, orange, the sunset.
Okay.
Off the Red Rocks.
Okay. That's very popular.
Which is if you it took me straight up. I lived in Phoenix for 15 years before I realized this. That's why the sun's colors are the sun's colors. Because the sunset in Arizona.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Sense. That makes sense. Especially when they made it digital and it was like, like some kind of military.
That might have been when I really figured it out. The Valley logo?
Yeah.
You're right. Because I was like, oh, that's why those are our colors. I see it every day.
Going out there does put it in perspective, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
I like the desert, man.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds you that shit can thrive when there's no resources.
Hell yeah. Michael, anything you want to promote? Anything you want to tell the people?
Man, let them know to hit me on whatever platform you got, bro. I'm on Instagram. I'm back. Hey, TikTok. Shout out to the revival.
Okay.
They didn't even give it 3 days. Jesus took 3 days. TikTok came back 3 hours. Bro.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Peter Gabriel. But yeah, at Turner Comedy on Instagram, and then YouTube at Michael Turner Comedy. I do a lot of videos. I go to sporting events, NFL games specifically. Do a lot of tailgate videos. So
those are so funny.
I appreciate
those
you.
are so funny.
Thank
and
you,
you're talking to all kind of different people.
Thank you.
People, at tailgates are down to say the wild stuff.
Yeah.
You're calling them out on their stuff.
Yeah.
No, those are hilarious. If you haven't watched those, please check those out.
I always say, even if you don't like, my biggest compliments I get that I love are when people are like, yo, I don't even like football, but I like these. Because it's more human than football. You don't need to know the depth charts of the offensive line to laugh at the shit.
Right.
So those are fun. That's at Michael Turner Comedy. And then you can get my merch or whatever. So turnercomedy.com is everything. So
Dope.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much for doing the podcast, man.
Man, appreciate you, bro. About time, bro. I thought you were waiting for the Trump presidency to get a white dude on.
No, we had like corresponded. I feel like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago about doing it, and then it just never happened.
It works out when it works out, bro.
It works out when it works out.
I appreciate you always, man.
It's been the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze.
Shout out to Crimson Tide.